Welcome to Monday. Welcome to Monday. And it's half time for me. So if you hear any noise, the door opens, we get interrupted. That's life in my house, okay? So I'm wondering how your weekend was. I mean, if you're in the UK, you still got a house and a trampoline in your garden. It's been really quite stormy here this weekend. But one thing I can assure you of actually is that it's not just been stormy outside. If you've been doing the work and if you've been putting that in to your business over this weekend, you've had some really stormy thoughts as well. Okay, great how I can just bring this weather analogy into it. And that's because we've really touched on so many ingrained things over the last few days. So literally, I mean, yesterday's secret ingredient, did you see it? If you haven't seen it, grab the replays. Where can I find the replays, Paula? Go and grab them from here, okay? So, always it's backwards. BCC Feb, if you sign up, you'll be given the access to the replays. Now, yesterday's secret ingredient was how you take your why that you wrote down at the end of last week, how you convert that into a SMART goal that we did on Saturday. And yesterday's secret ingredient took your number one goal, your SMART goal, okay, and it broke it right down into chunks. Who's done the work? I'd love to know who did the work. Now, it's really important that you break it down, because this is going to then help you. Because we always wonder, okay, I've got this, but how do I go forward with that? How do I put that out there? How do I know which thing to do first? So go and grab the replays and go watch all of them, and especially day 6, where you're going to find out how to chunk it down. Okay? Really important secret ingredient, okay? Really is. So let's come back to today. So you understand now what you want to do. It really resonates with you. When you think about doing it, actually, it's the one thing that pulls you forward. When you close your eyes, you can see it. It's something that really means something to you. And for 100 different reasons, that this is the thing that's over everything else. You've got it. Okay? You can close your eyes, you can see it, and that is going to spur you on. Now, what's really important, okay, is you take your reason, you break it into SMART goals, you plan your SMART goal out, you have that written down, you know why you're doing it, you know when you're going to complete it. And after yesterday's task, you'll know now in what order to do it. Okay? So much has been learned over the last few days. So well done to you. Well done for doing the work and putting that work in, because that is where the real magic is. So I just want to share something with you. I came across this actual post from one of my course creators, actually. She posted it inside her group. And I thought, oh my God, how true is that? All of these people really seem to have it together, and I still have no idea what's going on. Yep, tad bit of imposter syndrome going on there. But the reality is we're all thinking that. We're all looking at everybody else and going, how come they've all got their together? Okay, why can't I get mine? But somebody else is looking at you thinking, oh my God, how come they've got everything together and I don't? Completely true. Completely true. Okay? So I can assure you that we are all in the same boat. Right. So the thing we're going to talk about today is actually then planning out your work. Let's go look for the next page. Here we go. And the reason we're going to look at planning it out is so you've got your map, you know what needs to be done in what order, but you need to keep yourself on track. And the reason you need to keep yourself on track is because it's really important to see these things as they come up and as you're going through them. So I did a training last year with Dean Graziosi. Amazing. It really was amazing. I bought his diary and it's here. Okay. The Better Life Journal. It's still in its plastic because actually I'm not a keen fan of paper now that I've moved over to my paper tablet. But I bought a copy. And that's because I really believed in what he did. Now I have this just to say, you know, maybe one day we'll have no more electricity and my paper tablet will be no good. So I'm going to revert to this. But until then, I'm going to save this because this is a precious commodity. And it took forever to get here from the States. But one thing I learned from his training, actually, is that you need to plan out your work. Now, anybody that knows me knows that I'm a huge planner. I love to have everything written down and know what I'm doing every day. I mean, talk about to-do lists, okay? I'm the queen of to-do lists. I have a to-do list for today. I have a to-do list for tomorrow, a bigger to-do list for everything. But I don't think that's a bad thing because it's nice to know what's coming up. Most people look at my calendar, actually, inside Google. Everything's color-coded and completely organized. It'd give most people hives if they looked at it. But I like that feeling of knowing where I am and the fact that it's under control. It also gives me a plan because, you know, I was doing this training with somebody this morning, and what I've realized is that most of us that have our own businesses, we're not so good at the planning our own day strategy. We're so good at serving others. And that's because that's been ingrained in us for years, okay? But it's also part of our mentality that we will serve when we get older. You know, you're looked after when you're younger, and then you'll serve and you'll give back when you're older. And so therefore, actually, to serve without serving anybody and you don't know how to serve or what to serve them is really quite tricky. So just be easy on yourself, okay? And know that you're going to have to be your own COO or your own CEO until you can employ somebody to do it for you. Or you can, you know, you can go and work with an arse kicker like me, okay? And I'll happily take money off you and speak to you once a week and tell you what to do. You know, there are a few of us around. But the most important thing is you need to look at this, okay, and break it down. Find out what it is you need to do. Now, if you've done all the work up until today, you know, you have your plan. So then we break it down and we put it into our diary sheet, which looks like this. Now, I created it. This is a version of what Dean Graziosi uses, and this is a version for online, which I've made editable. But I've done this deliberately, so that way then it can be edited, and then I can also use it on my paper tablet. So I'm not copying. I am saying it's a copy of Dean Graziosi's one, okay, that I made myself. So but Dean Graziosi says, okay, what's your big goals? So you can go in here and you can put here, launch online training module in April. Okay, this is what we talked about the other day. So what am I going to do this month for it? Well, that might be, see, it's 6 weeks away. So that's 6 weeks. So this is going to then be, what am I going to do this month towards that? Well, I know that I need to build out the web page. And I need to, if you've done the homework from yesterday, you'll be able to fill these bits in as well. I also know I need to build out the training modules for the first 2 weeks. Right, that's all I'm going to worry about there. Now, what am I going to do this week? What am I going to do this week? I am going to this week research everything I need to add for week 1 training modules. Draw a wireframe template. Oh, I can't spell today. For a sales page. So when I get it onto there, I can easily just copy across what I've got on my drawing. Okay, it's all about the simplicity for me. Okay, so then what am I going to do today? Well, I think that today, okay, I've got here research everything I need for week 1 training modules. So today, look at 2 competitors and understand what they offer, their prices, and how often they launch. Now, I'm doing this as a rough guide. I don't have this in a plan, okay? So I'm just doing this off here. Now, like I said, if you have done the work up until now, you will be able to go and fill this in and know what you're going to be doing each time. So I'll tell you what I also want to do is I want to look at competitors. Other sales pages. Come on, we will do that. And print off or screenshot to help with my design. Okay? And that's because I'm a firm believer of you don't need to reinvent the wheel. Okay? I love Russell Brunson and his whole idea of funnel hacking. Okay? So you don't copy something, but if something's already working for somebody, you'll know it's working because their sales page will be busy, they'll be running ads to it, and it will be consistent. So if you've got anybody in your field that has a sales page that is running ads to it, okay, and you can check where the ads are, how long they've been running, and so you can even kind of see what kind of ads work. And then that's driving to a particular sales page, and that sales page must also work because they're running ads to it. Now, the key thing here actually is if the ads have been running for longer than six to 8 weeks, you can pretty much guarantee you're onto a winner there. So go and look at everything they're doing because that's going to give you a really good basis for what you also should be doing. Don't copy it. You cannot legally copy it. I don't endorse that. But Russell Brunson says that by funnel hacking, okay, you don't need to reinvent the wheel. If they have done something that looks like that, the people that are clicking on are looking for a similar page like that, and that is working. So go and look what they're doing and make yours not too dissimilar. Okay? Now, this is a really important box here. Why? Now, I love my diary page. And I can assure you that Dean Graziosi doesn't have a why. This is all me. Okay? And that's because I think that every time we do something every day, some days we can have off days. Every day could be an off day. You don't know when you're going to wake up and feel like you got out the wrong side of the bed. So every day you need to make sure that when you're filling this out, okay, that your why is really strong for that day. And you need a new why every day. Now, if you saw mine, look at this, okay? This is my paper tablet and I'm using it, okay? Now, I fill this in constantly. The today especially is constantly getting rubbed out and then rewritten. And I'm pulling stuff across. But if you are, if you're pulling stuff through, okay, it can look the same for a few weeks until things start to move through. But things will be ticking off your list. So why? What is your why for today? What is your why that's going to spur you on? Looking at 2 competitors and understanding what they offer, their prices, and how often they launch. I need to know that my prices are in a similar price range. Absolutely true, don't you? So that's going to be really important to do it. How often do they launch? Were my thoughts of every 4 months enough? Question mark. Okay. And then look at other sales pages and print off screenshots to help the design. If that page looks good with ads to it, I also want a busy, successful, clickable sales page. Okay? And then don't forget to be nice to yourself. because I deserve it. Okay? So it means that whenever you're having a bad moment, okay, instead of looking up here at what you've got to do today, okay, and then this month, and then the big goals, you can then come across to here and go, do you know what? This is the reason I'm doing this today. I have to do this today. So that way then, once I've then done this, and this then becomes tomorrow, I can take all of that out. I can take all of that out. Okay. And then I can then pull across, okay, other training, other competitors, you know, using the colors on my wireframe today. Why? Because I'm one step closer to my goals today, because I know what works for other people, because I understand now how it's got to look. And every day you should have a new set of directives that you're giving yourselves and understand why you're doing it for that day. Right? So this diary sheet, okay, is going to be inside that replay page today. And I hope that if you manage to watch the special ingredient from yesterday, you'll understand how everything that we spoke about yesterday translates completely into helping you fill this in to know what you need to be doing first. So let's recap. You know your why. You've got your number one priority. You know how to write it down as a SMART goal. You've broken it all down. You've now got the diary page. Now, I got one more thing left for you, and that's for tomorrow. So I'm going to leave you there and just say, have a lovely rest of Monday afternoon. I'm going to take my kids out for a walk in Storm Franklin. It can't be as bad as, the one we had on Friday, surely. We'll see. Anyway, enjoy your week, whatever you're up to, or the rest of the day, I should say. And I'll see you back here for tomorrow's last session. Bye.